Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Wolfie here, and welcome to my brand new series on FM15 with FK Partizan Nizzle. Nickname already. We're in the Jelen Superliga, a league that I never ever thought I was going to manage in. You know, you see these Serbian leagues, you see these Danish leagues, you see all these sort of leagues, and you're just like, nah, not gonna touch it, don't want it. And then you know, you have like a little vision as such, and then you're just like, nah, let me turn right and just go in their direction and see what I can do with them. And FK Partizan was one of those clubs. Now, this is how it all started. I was really bored the other night. And considering I only started watching football in 2003, do not judge me, please. Like, we're all friends, maybe. Some of you, I think. Anyway, so yeah, so I was like, let me catch up on my Champions League knowledge, because, you know, Champions League's been running for, you know, centuries and some stuff, yeah. So I was like, let me just check up on the Champions League, see what's been happening, see what happened before I started watching football, see all the past winners, the knockout stages, all that good stuff. You know, it was nice to see teams like Celtic reaching the finals, and Aston Villa in there, Derby in there, you know, Blackburn, all those teams, they were all in there, and I was like, oh, this is nice, you know, seeing some small teams that are in the Championship and the League One now. You know, this is nice to see them. Nottingham Forest were also amongst those. Yeah, it was nice to see them in the Champions League. But came across FK Partizan in 1966 in the Champions League final against Real Madrid, where they narrowly lost 3-2 to Real Madrid. So when there's losing, right? There's just losing where you just get discombobulated, demolished, kicked to the curb, see ya, hasta la vista, kick rocks and get the hell out. There's that kind of loss, right? And then there's literally narrowly losing against Real Madrid. And FK Partizan are such a small club, and for them to reach the final and narrowly lose, I think they must still be thinking about that day. Now I would be. And to, like, do you know what I mean? Like, to narrowly lose to a team like Real Madrid, you've got to have faith that one day you can reach, or they had to have faith that one day they could reach the Champions League final again. Nope. Because what happened is football just completely, we just seen it change. We just seen football change completely. Teams just be getting injected with billions of dollars now. Chelsea, United, City, Juventus, PSG, Monaco, Arsenal, the likes of those teams just get pumped and free kicked with money. And teams like Partizan have to kind of build finances upon the league that they're in and the cups that they win. And FK Partizan have actually gone in a different direction, some of which teams now are starting to do as well. But they're actually starting to focus on their youth, because they know they can't rely on signing big time players. Good move, smart move, happy move. And even then, like, even without the youth, they've actually been able to have some talented, wonderful players. Lajic, who now currently plays for Fiorentina, Roma. Stefan Savic, who currently plays for Fiorentina. Markovic, who plays for Liverpool, and then you've got Mitrovic, who is at Anderlecht. Like, there are a few players that they have released, Partizan have had, and, you know, if they kept them in their club, whoa. Can you imagine all those players still at Partizan? Partizan would definitely develop on to becoming a big time European club. But unfortunately, their destinations were elsewhere and their visions were elsewhere, and they wanted to play for bigger European clubs. That's fine. But we cannot look past the fact that Partizan have the ability to reach the Champions League final again. And with my managerial skills, it's gonna happen. I hope. Well, it will, because that's the aim of the series. And the series was also inspired by the Halfback FM. Shout out to Halfback FM, my bro, dude, respect him. Got a good series out right now. I'll link it in the description down below. You guys can click that for yourselves. And there's also a second yellow card who used a different team in the same league as me. So yeah, definitely being inspired by those two. So shout out to those two. If you don't know their channels, or you haven't checked out their channels, then you know, I'll probably, if I remember to, because a lot of YouTubers say this, and then you look in the description, it's not there, and you're just like, you said it was going to be there. No, if I remember, I will link their channels in the description down below, and you guys can go check that out for yourself. Doing a lot of hand actions right now. It's probably because I've had a coffee, and I'm going to have another one after I've made this video, because right now, I've got to pump out, like, today, I've got to pump out at least 7 videos, and this is the first one at, like, 9:30, so, yeah, without further ado, let's get into the history. Yo, this team's a bit too familiar with silverware, innit? They won the Mitropa Cup once, they won the Jelen Superliga 14 times, they won the Yugoslav First League 11 times, the Yugoslav Cup 5 times, and the Cup Serbian the Cup, they won that 7 times, and you can see here they've never ever looked back. And they've just completely been on top of the world, and I think they want to kind of take their form that they've got in their league and bring it into the Champions League. But as I said, a lot of European teams now are just beasting and feasting and discombobulating with demonic players, you know, Pogba and Royce and Sterling and all that lot. So it's going to be hard to compete with those. But once we start, you know, getting our youth facilities and recruitment and junior coaching, all that stuff, right to the top of its peak, we can, you know, try and fight against those. And you see in the competition here, runners up, as I've said, 1966, narrow loss against Real Madrid, sadly. The Mitropa Cup, they won that in 1978. The Jelen Superliga, you can see they won in 93, 94, 96, 97, 99, 2002, 03, 05, 08, 09, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, and they were runners-up this year, well, last season in 2014 for the first time since 2007. That has got to be a bit of a wake-up call. So, old manager's gone. He's kicked rocks. He's had the hasta la vista, see you later, get out, whatever. Good luck to you. Peace. Kiss your wife. Tell her what happened. Should be ashamed. And I'm taking over, and I'm going to get that trophy back in our cabinet. And also, we're going to, our main goal for this series is definitely to do well in the Champions League. So those are the games that you'll probably be seeing the most out of this league. You know, if there's a really intense league game, or we have a rivalry, which I haven't really checked out yet, we have a rival club, or even like a cup final, or some sort of league game that's interesting, maybe against Red Star, who are not called Red Star anymore, but yeah, I call them Red Star, then we will live come one of those. But the main focus on this is the Champions League, so those are the sort of games you'll be getting. You see the Yugoslav First League there. Not really important because it's the first league, but you can see how many times they've kind of copped that in the trophy cabinet. The Yugoslav Cup, you can see over here how many times they've won that, and the runners-up and stuff as well. The Cup as well, they won that in the recent year. They won that was in 2011, so that was quite far back. And then in 99, 96, 93, they were runners-up. So Partizan are a club familiar with trophies, so that is good. So we need to keep that going, and we need to keep that mentality in the squad. You know, the squad that never dies and never wants to give up, which is good. We're moving on. We're doing good. So in terms of facilities and stuff, the stadium condition is very good. Undersoil heating, yes. Some freaking Spanish clubs that even have undersoil heating. Let's not even get to that, mate. Pitch is on very good conditioning. Good corporate facilities, good training facilities, superb youth facilities, told you, and good junior coaching and extensive youth recruitment. So, mate, we're going to be getting them regions in. When we get them regions in, we're going to be discombobulating guys. I mean, I'm going to train those guys up, build them to be some sort of next Messi's, Neymar's, and all the sorts. And we're definitely going to be able to take on Europe and some of the bigger European teams. Affiliated clubs, we've got this club here. I don't know how you even say their name. Is it Teleoptic? I think I'm going to call it Teleoptic. But if there's any Serbian fans that know how to pronounce this, or any sort of fans that know how to pronounce this, let me know, please, because I don't want to be stressing. I don't want my hairline to, you know, moonwalk back just because of a name. So if you could help me out a little bit, be much appreciated. But players may move freely between FK Partizan and Teleoptic. That is an I, so it's Teleoptic. Oh, that's so easy. So it's Teleoptic. I thought that from here that looked like an L. Don't know. Anyway, players may move freely between FK Partizan and Teleoptic. That's something I've been doing already. Next episode will probably be a squad breakdown. But that's what I've been doing already. I've been kind of shifting some of the players between the Teleoptic squad and the under-19s and reserves, just because, you know, we can. And also, you know, it's a good way if we don't want any teams in our first team that we can't get rid of, we can literally just chuck them down to Teleoptic and they'll get game time and they'll play week in and week out. So that's good for us. FK Partizan will be able to send players on loan to Teleoptic. During the loan spell, players' wages will be paid in full by FK Partizan. Teleoptic have no obligation to play the player and may be recalled by FK Partizan at any time. So that's also, again, a good thing for us. Teleoptic will host an annual friendly between the two clubs, which all gate receipts will be kept by Teleoptic. FK Partizan will be under no obligation to field a full strength side. The partnership between the clubs is a long-term deal. Teleoptic shares training facilities with FK Partizan, so it's not too bad, but there are a few things like sharing our training facilities, which I'm not too fond of, but what can you do? That link ends, well, it doesn't, so yeah. And then we've got this link here between Loznica, but unfortunately I don't really want to continue this link, so I'm going to try and end it. It says I can end it next season, so that's what I'm going to do, because I don't really think it's an important league. FK Partizan have first option to buy players from Loznica. In practice, this means that once a bid for a player is accepted by Loznica, a bid from the same value from FK Partizan must also be accepted. It is then up to the player to decide his future. So, you know, we get first dibs on their players, but unless they've got really good youth facilities or anything like that, I don't think we'll be needing them anytime soon. So that partnership is going to be ending next season. I'm going to try and find some broader relationships in different leagues around the world, and especially in America and China, and get them finances in, because we need to build upon those as well. So guys, that's the introduction. That is the introduction out of the way. I hope you enjoyed this. It's probably my most detailed introduction I've ever done on an FM save, due to the fact that I'm actually quite passionate about this, and I'm actually looking forward to this, and I want to do this all on my own. I want to, you know, I'm not going to do some stupid small little introduction. You guys need to understand why I'm doing this. You need to understand the history of Partizan. You need to understand what they've done and what they're continuing to do. And I also want to show you their facilities and their affiliates, so you guys can see the background structure of the club. So with that being said, hopefully you have enjoyed this first episode. Give it a big like. Let's get this out there. Let's get this video up and going, and let's get this around the FM community, because I think it's something that people are kind of looking for. I hope it is. But for me anyway, regardless of what happens, of the circumstances, it's a save that I am going to be playing regardless. And, you know, because I'll be playing it regardless, I'm just going to record it and upload it. If you guys like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Everyone has their own preferences. Some people prefer to watch bigger teams on FM. Some people prefer to watch the smaller teams on FM. I'm a type of guy that only manages, well, really enjoys managing smaller teams. I get a bit bored managing big teams, or even mid-table teams. I find that quite boring as well. So FK Partizan is a perfect match for me, and I'm hoping that, you know, well, I'm not hoping, we will complete this before FM16 comes out. So yeah, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, new word, dictionary, for more content, especially for FK Partizan if you want to continue watching the series. Yeah, and have yourself a good day. Peace.